if you could generalize or help those who are watching to be able to go through just that process to answer that question of what is it that I'm feeling and how can I express that?
Yeah, I'd love to. We didn't talk about this already, but can I do an exercise with you?
I would love to. I am wearing, do I need to change?
You don't. So we've got this values exercise in front of us. And what I want you to do, Harlan, and I'm going to let other folks as you're listening or watching do this too. I want you to just look through this list, and you can either write them down or sort of hold them in your mind. I want you to see if you can pick, let's say, 3 to 5 of your top values for this time in your life. Let's say, what are your top 3 to 5 values right now? Because this is something that could certainly change.
Okay. I feel like I'm there.
Okay. And then this is the fast version. Normally I give students a whole 4 minutes to do this instead of just 2. So you've got your 5. Now from your 5, whittle it down to your top 3.
Okay.
All right. And now it's Sophie's choice. Pick, what is your top value for today?
You know what? I'm going to go, I'm torn. Can I tell you what I'm torn between? Because,
Please.
So I'm torn between family and purpose.
Ooh, you're speaking my language. Tell me about that conflict for you.
Well, first and foremost, we're in a time of crisis and change, and I really see myself as being responsible for taking care of my family and my wife as well. I mean, we're in this together, but I really need to take care of those people who could be at risk. And that's really important to me. And then purpose is I want to serve others. I mean, I really am like you. When things get difficult, I want to pour my heart and soul out and be of service and to provide purpose. So I feel like I have some function, some role in a world where there is so little control. Yeah. But for the sake of this, it feels selfish to say family when I'm someone who's so purpose driven and wanting to help others.
I think this is going to make a great college essay. What I'm seeing in you, Harlan, is like, it's because the values that I hear in that is like, there's a meaningful work, obviously, purpose driven, helping others. I'm feeling that tug that you're talking about, and it's the stuff we need for a college essay. Is there's a conflict, and the way that drama is often defined is not, loving one thing and hating another. It's loving 2 things at once, and those things sometimes coming into conflict. And so, in my college essay, brain, I'm kind of going, well, this seems like it's either an unresolved or an unresolvable conflict, which is a great little bit of. It's almost like the sand that gets in the oyster that they kind of works and it shapes a pearl. This kind of thing can help students, and so I'll derive lessons that other people could use for this. But when we kind of happened into a kind of core conflict, and it can be like, here's this one side of me, but here's this other side of me, and then there's this big space at the end that's like, so what? So what does this tell us about you? And so one of the ways I wanted to illustrate, and I didn't know that you were going to talk about a conflict, but values can help us lead to this, is when we start to think about how do the things we care about most manifest in our lives, and are there in some situations where they rub up against each other in ways that create questions, or usually on the other side of those questions, insights, right? Because if we were to just talk about this, it would probably turn into a therapy session in a good way.
I think it already has.
And I wouldn't if we were doing a college essay session, I wouldn't push for you to resolve it right away. I would want you to live with the question for as long as possible, and try and write your way to figure out what can I say that's meaningful about this. And so anyway, this values exercise is one simple way that students can A, identify what they care about really quickly, and then B, in some cases, when they start to think about how these values manifest in their lives, what are the sides of myself that I want to show?